I don't like doing things twice, but fuck, man. Okay, the Scottish Rite. They started all their memory repression. They probably stuck the implant in my neck. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they did. Had something to do with it. Now, why would it be the Scottish Rite? How come I'm not saying the Masons? Well, because the Masons and the Scottish Rite are kind of two different things, yet they're connected. It's hard to explain. I'll put a link in the videos from somebody that can explain it a bit better than I can, yet they're coming from a different direction. I don't necessarily agree with everything they say, but I never joined the Masons. So there you have it. Yet this Mason or whatever, he's saying a lot of the same stuff I've been saying for years, especially about the Native Americans as well as the white people losing their culture in the same way, from the same group of people, which I believe the Scottish Rite has become as well. You know Albert Pike, the Southern racist, the one that wrote Morals and Dogma? Everybody seems to think Morals and Dogma are the Masonic handbook or something. Well, what the fuck ever. That's just what the public believes. And well, because of their levels of secrecy and everything, they just figure, well, the only people that need to know what is what are Masons themselves. We can't tell people this, that, and the other thing. Well, okay, whatever, keep it a secret. That allows those other people to attack you more. But that's beside the point. So, when people get upset about things that I say, think about it this way. I've listened to my family get talked shit about so much, it's pathetic. I've listened to other people claiming that other people are part of my bloodline, like Bush or the Queen of England or these other people. No, they're actually the enemies. The Bush family have been enemies of my peoples, I guess is one way to put it, since about 7 or 800 AD, since they sided with the Vatican and sold the Merovingian dynasty out to Rome. The Bush family is Carolingian, not Merovingian. Just an FYI. And the actual King Arthur bloodline, the closest to Arthur name was Atrexus Xerxes, something like that. It's the closest to Arcturus I saw. Um, the actual names, if you want some of them, are Cunbalin, Caractacus, Cyrus, Darius, Ascanius, Anchises, Aeneas, Brutus of Troy, all those guys. No, we're not Germanic. Actually, we're closer to Persian. Well, I guess if you're part of the Persian royal house, I guess that would make you part Persian. Yet we're not Persian. We're not Iranian. We're Dardanian. Trojan, not Turkey, not Turkish. No, we're not Italian. Probably part of Etruscan, though. Well, because we moved there for a while and helped build a civilization and, aqueducts and things like that. And then we had a falling out with our cousins. And they went along with the whole Roman idea. And that's why Caractacus wasn't just executed, was because they knew exactly who he was. Yet they wanted him to civilize himself to the ways of Rome. He refused. He didn't believe, whatever. We didn't believe that the Roman way of conquest and all this other crap and their bisexual congress. And I'm not slighting bisexuals, but come on. You guys really got to look at these empires of old and new. What is the common factor in their leadership when the men start dishonoring the women? When women become second class? When they start becoming even, well, the only reason why they're one step above slaves in the Roman system is because they're breeders. That's, Well, you got to have somebody carry on your bloodline, and well, the guy in the Senate that you are hot and heavy for, you guys are never going to have a baby because two men can't have a baby. So you got to have a wife to go home, and well, she's keeping your house and all this other, yeah. So women get relegated to just giving birth and doing what they're told. So if people think that a homosexual or a matriarchal system would work, no, it's got to be equal. That's something my ancestors knew. Yet, just like women, men have their weaknesses and their faults and everything else. That's why it takes both. Now, these women, they all want to say it's their turn, it's their turn, it's their turn. Okay, then you guys are deciding for God, Mother Earth, and everything else. Okay? Oh, but God's a woman. How do you know God's a woman? See, I don't think of God in any sex term. And if I break it down to that, I think of God is God. Mother Earth is Holy Spirit. How hard is that? The stuff in the soil makes things grow. It's that spirit in the soil. You know that word that was breathed in the soil and gave life? So, all this shit talk about King Arthur, Antichrist. Here's a question for you. If y'all think Prince William is an Antichrist, a beast, a false prophet, what the fuck ever, and y'all think that he's supposed to be of the Arthurian bloodline, the returned King Arthur, and he's evil, or you guys see all these things in their family crest, their family history, the fruits of their family. Okay, so you guys have figured him out. Fine. But now remove the King Arthur stuff, because it's not theirs. So because they're evil, does that make the King Arthur bloodline evil? No, it doesn't. You see, the term Pendragon came from the Vatican. It wasn't ours. The term Arthur, it's nowhere found. Arturus Rex, blah blah, Pendrac, Insularis, Pendraco, whatever. All those are Roman titles, descriptors, things like that. Now, do I have to answer to all the Christians out there about this? Do I have to answer to all the Wiccans or witches or Druids? Do you think I should have to answer to any of you? Do your research. You're going to find Esther. Remember Esther? You're going to find Cyrus in my family, and Darius, and all that. Now go look at what Cyrus was called by the Jewish tribes, or the Hebrew tribes, however you want to put it. He was called the Gentile, or the Gentile Messiah. Yeah. So obviously they had called somebody Messiah hundreds of years prior to Christ. But see, there's a difference. While they both mean Savior, Christ is kind of a notch up. Catch my drift? I don't want you to get it twisted. I aspire to be as... there aren't any words. Not perfect as in perfect. Not perfect as in what way we understand it, but just that. Unwavering faith. See, even though my entire life has relied on faith in God and love and my intellect, a lot of other things, Christ is the one that I follow because I heard or I read or whatever, or I just knew growing up. If you want to become a better person or you want to make the world a better place, if you're going to learn from somebody or follow anybody, you should follow somebody better than you. Somebody that's more honorable or can show you the rope. And it doesn't mean that they're more. It just means they've managed to get to that place of, how do I put it, honor, see, or love, or understanding, and maintain that without backsliding. You know, getting drunk and stupid, beating the wife, whatever their hang up was that they had to overcome. And they've been doing it continuously. Or they don't have that in their life. You know, it's kind of like, if you don't want to be a thief, you're not going to go follow a thief, right? If you don't want to be a rapist, pedophile, piece of crap, you're not going to go follow a rapist, pedophile, piece of crap church. Oh, sorry, am I talking about the Vatican again? I'm sorry, Catholics. But you guys really got to fucking get over yourselves. You guys want to talk about Rome? My line's really the only surviving royal line that founded all that prior to it becoming Rome. After it became Rome, it became a problem. Well, when the Khazarians came into the area and intermingled with the Etruscans and started fucking around, oh, here we are with the Khazarians again. Yeah. Where did the blue eyes come from? I don't have blue eyes. I try not to go there with this, but we all know how the Khazarians wanted to take over Judaism, make it their own, and kill off the Jews. Well, if you're going to steal somebody's culture and religion, it's usually best to do away with the body. You know, it's just like intellectual theft. A professor steals a student's work and then fails the student and destroys their life so that they could never say anything. That's Vatican. Or is that Israel now? I don't know. Could be Iran. Nah. Yeah, I could stir a big pot, huh? Yet culturally speaking, religion aside, let's just boil it down to culture. I'm like a crossroads, a connection to quite a few of them, the big players. Yet I'm connected as a surviving royal. So, why would they attack me and leave me on parched soil? Why would they attack me my whole life? Why would they humiliate me and try to make me conform and mold me to their sick whatever? Oh yeah, you want me to tell you some stories of how they are? Go look up who Colonel Aquino was. Go watch Men Who Stare at Goats. Just those two things will give you an idea of the kind of people that have tried to fuck with my head. The kind of people that I told, I don't care how old you are or how much you think you know, you're wrong. Oh, but I studied. Well, show me it. Well, we can't because it's in a blah, blah, blah. Well, okay, then it's my word. Then it's your word against my heart. And, well, the word of God is written on my heart, so I'm going with my heart. Whether I know the details or not, what you're talking about is fucked up and wrong, and no thank you. Oh, but we need you mean to rule with an iron fist. Oh, for you? I'd rather not do anything then. I'd rather just go get drunk. If you're not going to let me do God's work, I'll just go get drunk. Oh, yay. Give him some more money. Here, let's help him stay drunk until he kills himself. See, they tried keeping a lot of things about me away from me. One of them is I can't drink. Why? Well, the same reason why Samson couldn't drink. The same reason why Jesus drank the night before he was crucified. Why did he drink the night before he was crucified? Well, because if he didn't drink, you know that little earthquake and the renting of the veil that occurred when he was crucified? That would have split the planet in half. Drink this in remembrance of me. In other words, if you plan on leading anything, don't get drunk. The short version of the whole entire story of what the booze is about. And the bread. Do you know about celiac disease and stuff like that? That'll awaken you a little bit too. Not all of it though. In moderation. All in moderation. I don't know, it does something. It's like a chemical reaction or something. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I still eat bread, so obviously bread's not that damaging. But the booze, no bueno. You could say I have more of a Abel physiology and mentality than a Cain physiology and mentality. You know, Abel was the hunter and the shepherd. Cain was the farmer, right? Oh, by the way, the curse of Cain was lifted 2006, 2007. Yeah, it was around the 699th anniversary. Landed on Friday the 13th of October, 2006. 700 years from 1307. 2007, right? Okay, good. So obviously, how many more is that than 660, 33? Well, that makes sense. 33 past 666. Wondering where Friday the 13th landed on the 666 year, which would have been 3 years. Oh, 2003. Oh, shit. Yeah, I got hammered in 2003. Oh my goodness, I was getting hammered left and right. Matter of fact, I read you some of the letters of what they were doing to me in the courts and all this other stuff. And then I mentioned 2008. See, now I'm getting too wordy. The last one that I just lost because I clicked the wrong button, that one was much more entertaining. I said more cuss words. Or I probably would have really pissed off some racists, some Albert Pike fans. Fuck Albert Pike. Go listen to some Manly P. Hall. Realize that he didn't become a Mason until the 1970s, and he had already learned everything that he had learned, and the Masons gave him an honorary 33rd degree, which is even better than going through all the degrees, because that means you've done it on your own. You've become and learned and blah, 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 everything that they try to do. So sometimes they honor people like that. Yet the problem with that is, does that include you have to be secretive about it? Or maybe that's why Manly P. Hall was able to go around and do all those lectures and he never got shut down for telling any secrets. The real law of attraction stuff and the secret and all that other stuff, you might want to go listen to what Manly P. Hall has to say about all that. And he will advise against the use of that for your own profit or, well, all that other stuff. He will flat out tell you the best course of action if you're going to do that is for other people. Because by doing it in a selfless way, if you lose the positive attitude about it, it's not going to affect it. Because you've done it, you've let it go, it's working in another person's life and it's helping them. That's it. But if you're going to do it for your own gain, your house, you can justify it any way you want. You know in your heart why you're doing it. Right when you lose that positive framework in your mind, that focusing, law of attraction, blah, 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 you're going to start lying to yourself and making more excuses. That, and if you're attracting wealth and abundance, then you're taking it away from somewhere. And usually that's somebody that might deserve it, but for some reason, somebody attacks them and agitates them, and their vibration just goes. So it pushes away that positive. And then you sit there and you catch it. Oh, look, oh, yeah. Oh, he's fucking up. Oh, yeah. It's cool. Let's go around him. He's really fucked up today. We can steal his joy. We can steal his crown. We want to talk about transference and projection. Yeah, I know these things, but I don't use them the way they use them. I know better. I've used those things to survive, but that's a little different. Some of these things, the way they're using them, should only be used in defense or warfare. And if they're used properly, the only time they're used in warfare or violence is in defense of the innocent. So what's going to happen to these law of attraction people? Well, they probably won't be too public about it. But go check out Kevin Trudeau of the Gin Network. There's a good one. There's a good example. Tony Robbins, he should start feeling the effects at some point. Like I said, the moment they waver in that positive focus on that, or they have an energy charge of, I'm going to lose it. Well, it was not yours to begin with, so that's probably why you're afraid of losing it, huh? See, I'm not afraid of losing my titles or position or any of that, because you can't take it. You can't take this body and become me. Sorry. Well, actually, they did try to torture my soul out of my body as somebody else wanted to slip in. Sorry. Yeah, just kind of like, what was that movie, New Jack City? Or Low Jack, or not Low Jack. Yeah, it was with Emilio Estevez and Mick Jagger of all people. Okay. Yeah. And what ends up happening to those that practice the secret law of attraction and all that other crap is there's blowback, there's repercussions, and whatever they accumulated will fall on them and then go where it belongs. So the more they amass in that fashion, how many tons of gold can you handle falling on your head? But see, that's why they didn't want to tell everybody, is because that was part of some of their evil, fucked up plans. See, for me, I wanted to, because people were learning things and blah, blah, blah anyways. People find that, it's, none of it's really that, but because they wanted to keep it, blah, blah, blah. Some other people say, I gotta go into all this. No, I'm not gonna go into this. I'm gonna stop this right here and right now. Like that. And I'm gonna splice in the reasons why I'm saying all this. So there's gonna be a little blah, blah, and then you're gonna see the implants and all the stuff. Or not all of it, but enough to give you an idea of what the fuck they did. Yeah. Scottish Rite Hearing and Speech Clinic, 19th Avenue, San Francisco, California. It's where they did the hypnotism, regression, memory repression stuff, and the implant, and all that other stuff. Probably these two, because they said it would go on for about 35 years tops, whatever. But there were inner workings. See, there were guys in there that said maybe you're 1 in a million shot to shut this shit down. Kind of like they picked the wrong guy to fuck with. Or the wrong kid. Well, I can go into the whole whys. Did I mention all the King Arthur stuff? Was that the last video? See, when I gotta redo these, it's like, did I say that in this one or did I say that in the last one? I should walk away for 20 minutes when I have a instance of losing a video and then start from scratch. So I hope I mentioned it. If not, it's all mentioned in prior videos. If you need help, just ask me what video might contain what information, and then that'll give me the opportunity to refresh my memory as well. Because without interaction and feedback, all I'm going to be doing is speaking at you at some point and going, and I know what happens when all that happens. It's not pretty. As I've shown you in prior videos, this vagus nerve bundle stimulating device here may more than likely be a dissolvable type. Or it's shut down and the other ones throughout my nervous system were dissolvable. Now, this is smaller than the ones that they have at the University of Prince Wales University in New Zealand. Yeah, interesting, huh? I don't think I've ever been there, so what's this doing in my neck? Now, here's why I'm talking about this. Australian Government Department of Health and Aging, Australia and New Zealand Horizon Scanning Network, an initiative of national, state, and territory governments of Australia and the government of New Zealand. Oh, so how come President Obama has not come to my aid? Yeah, I'll get to the nice letter that the president's people sent. They even said that they notified the President of the United States. Yes, and here's the public device. See where it is? Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Oh, and this is supposed to be down here somewhere, huh? Look familiar? Here, let's see. Let's see if we can get these both in the same frame. Here, look, it even gives a description right there. Oh no, it's not therapy. You want to know how much that fucker hurts? Here, let's go to another University of South Wales site. Oh, patient information statement. I've never been to the Prince of Wales Hospital. Let's scroll down here to, well, that's already been done, right? Potential device and stimulation related risks. Asthma, bronchitis, aspiration, pneumonia, agitation, anxiety, panic, cardiovascular effects, including arystole and bradycardia, device migration, symptoms, dizziness, dysphagia, dyspnea, ear pain. Oh yeah, I got that right now. See, FYI, I think these have frequency specific molecules in them so that they power up and they work through, yeah, so your little EMF, your little spy gadgets that you think picks up on implants will not pick up on this unless they emit the frequency while they're reading it. Okay, so back to this. Ear pain. Esophagitis. Sorry, I just had a tooth pulled. Facial paralysis or paralysis, headache, I don't understand half these words. Hiccuping, hoarseness, increased coughing, muscle twitching, nausea, vomiting, pain, seizures, disturbances and difficulties, tinnitus, tooth pain, voice alteration. Yeah, so is this to help or harm? Implant related cerebrovascular event. What's that? A brain aneurysm? Potential depression related adverse events possible not reported in clinical studies, but not reported. I guess I'm not part of the clinical study, huh? Change in appetite, weight, concentration difficulties, depersonalization and derealization, feelings of guilt, helplessness, hopelessness, wholeness, worthlessness, hypochondriasis, lethargy, fatigue, loss of energy, feeling heavy, obsessive and compulsive symptoms, paranoid symptoms, reduction of sensitivity, suicidal and suicidal intention or attempt. Patients should exercise reasonable caution in avoiding devices that generate a strong electrical or magnetic field. They should not manipulate the device as the lead may be damaged, which could cause damage to the nerve. If they go for a therapeutic procedure, they should inform the doctor and technician about the presence of a pulse generator that is particularly true procedure. Problem. This is in New Zealand. So, who stuck it in my neck? Now, if the United States government doesn't want to fix this and make it right, here, I'll read this. Presidential Commission for the Study of Bioethical Issues. That's at the top above this part. Dear commenter, we are writing to advise you on our ongoing work and plans for the next meeting of the Presidential Commission for the Study of Bioethical Issues. We appreciate the time you've taken to engage with us. We'd like to clarify for your information that the Commission is not investigating or reviewing any concerns, complaints, or concerning the claims of targeted individuals. This includes claims concerning MKUltra, COINTELPRO, electromagnetic torture or attacks, organized stalking or removing, remote influencing, microwave harassment, covert harassment, surveillance, human trafficking, psychotronic or psychotropic weapons and radio frequencies, military weapons, and other claims. See, there's that. So that's where it came from. Got the seal right up there. Come on, where's the there it is. As such, the Commission will not hear further testimony around these subjects. It's funny because they ended up hearing testimony. None of them sounded right. Anyways, many of these issues have been investigated in the past. The Commission is not a law enforcement, regulatory, or legislative body. Yeah, well, okay, but then why are you calling it, why are you saying you investigate or you're studying? Oh, it's just a study of the bioethical issues. The Commission has no involvement with public or private grants and has no power to open or undertake criminal cases. As advisors to the President, we will ensure that all of your concerns, information, and testimony are provided to the White House. We sincerely appreciate your interest in the work of the Commission and the time you have taken to share your personal history with us. Sincerely, Valerie H. Bonham, Executive Director of the Study of Bioethical Commission. Blah, blah. Okay. Now, let's see if I could find those pictures. This is a biont or a transient implant, a dissolvable implant. This is another example of such an implant. And this is another example of the implant that they're showing being implanted into a guinea pig, lab rat, or some other little creature. So if they're not supposed to be putting these in people without their permission, why do I have them in me? Yeah. I don't think these guys are good guys, to be honest with you, or they might have helped already. Just go look at the books published by these people. You'll get an idea. Yeah, they know a lot about this stuff. Social influencing, resisting social influencing. Alright, I'm done because I need to take a break. Yeah, 10 minutes is good. Alright, hope this helps.